Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So,
Hare
today in
Krishna.
the series of demigods and demigoddesses, we are going to look at Savitri Devi. Savitri Devi is a manifestation of Goddess Saraswati, the goddess of learning and the arts, of wisdom, intellectual knowledge, fine arts, and creativity. She is believed to inspire speech and the written word. Savitri is the goddess of dawn who dispels the darkness of ignorance and lights the lamp of eternal knowledge. In her absence, chaos and confusion prevail. Savitri is the daughter of Surya Dev who rides through the sky each day, granting long life to humans. She is the consort of Brahma. Goddesses Gayatri, Savitri, and Saraswati are three goddesses representing the presiding deities of the famous Gayatri mantra chanted thrice a day. Savitri is depicted as follows. She has 5 faces. Her 5 heads symbolize the 5 elements. 3 of the 5 heads of Savitri are Shiva, Vishnu, and Brahman, the Trimurti. She has 10 arms of Savitri, meaning 10 senses of the body. Her 10 arms hold the 10 weapons of Vishnu, signifying the 10 incarnations. Her 10 eyes look in the 8 directions as well as to the earth and sky. She is seen as the mother and culmination of Sri Lakshmi, Sri Parvati, and Sri Saraswati. Brahma's wife is Saraswati. He has 2 other wives, Savitri and Gayatri. All his 3 wives are Vedic goddesses and are revered as Veda Mata, meaning mother of the Vedas. Brahma originally possessed 1 head. From a part of his own body, he created a woman, Shatarupa, a face with 100 beauties, known as Savitri, Brahmi, Saraswati, Gayatri, and Sandhya. Apparently, Brahma fell in love with his own female creation and could not take his eyes off her extraordinary beauty. Shatarupa felt shy and tried to evade his gaze by moving away on all sides. As she moved to the right, to the left, and behind him, a new head sprang out each direction. The Savitri went in the direction of the skies, and a 5th head appeared. Thus, to follow her wherever she moved, Brahma created his 5 heads. His several heads were his most salient features. It was Shiva who deprived Brahma of his 5th head. In Shiva Puran, Lord Shiva informed Parvati how Gayatri also became a wife of Brahma. Listen, O Devi, and I will tell you how Savitri forsook Brahma and he consequently espoused Gayatri. The Vedas have declared the great advantages which are derived by yajna, by which the gods are delighted. Thus I perform sacrifices, and in imitation, sacrifices are performed by gods and men. For the same purpose, Brahma and his wife Savitri, the immortal, and holy sages gathered in Pushkar. But when all the preparation had been made, with all due rites and ceremonies for performing yajna, Savitri, detained by some household affairs, was not in attendance. I have not completed my dress, nor arranged my person. How therefore can I attend the assembly? Savitri is engaged and will not come, said the priest. Bhavani, Ganga, Swaha, and Indrani had arrived except for the Trinity consorts. The lords were incensed at the conduct of Savitri, and thus they spoke to Indra. This was, after all, Brahma's yajna, and without a wife, what advantage can be derived from these rites? They summoned Indra and requested him to bring a wife from wherever you can find one for Brahma. Indra proceeded. As he passed hastily along, he saw a milkmaid, young, beautiful, and smiling countenance, carrying a jar of butter. He seized her and brought her to the yajna assembly. Looking at the milkmaid's beauty, Brahma addressed the assembly, O gods and holy sages, if it seem good unto you, I will marry this Gayatri, and shall be the mother of and she shall be the mother of the Vedas and the cause of purity to these worlds. Upon this, Brahma was married to Gayatri, who was led into the bower of the bride, and there arrayed in silken garments, and she adorned with the costliest ornaments. Just as Brahma was leading his new bride to the yajna, Savitri, accompanied by Vishnu's Lakshmi and Rudra's Uma, and the other gods entered the place of sacrifice. Seeing Brahma clasping hands with the milkmaid, and the yajna performance commenced, Savitri was incensed with anger. In loud voice she addressed Brahma. O Brahma, hast thou conceived so sinful an intention to reject me, who am thy wedded wife? Hast thou no sense of shame that thus influenced by love thou committed so reprehensible an act? How can I now show my face, or deserted by my husband, hold myself a wife? Then apparently goes on a then Brahma apparently goes on a plea. The priest informed me that the time for the sacrifice was passing away, and that it could not be profitably performed unless my wife be present. And Indra having produced Gayatri, it was Vishnu and Rudra gave her in marriage to me. Forgive therefore this unact, and I will never offend thee. Savitri's curses. On hearing these words and knowing the benefits of the yajna for the three worlds, Savitri exclaimed, by the powers which I have obtained by the performance of my tapas, may you, Brahma, never be worshipped in a temple or a sacred place, except for one. And Indra, since thou did bring that milkmaid to Brahma, thou shalt be bound in chains by your enemies in a strange country. Addressing Vishnu, Savitri said, since thou gave her in marriage to Brahma, shalt thou be born and reborn amongst men, and thou shalt endure the agony of having your wife kidnapped by your enemy. To Rudra she said, by my curses shalt thou be deprived of thy manhood. To Surya and Agni, mayest thou be a devourer of all things clean and unclean. To all the priests, henceforth shall ye perform yajna solely for the desire of obtaining usual gifts, and ye be satisfied with the food of others and be dissatisfied with your own houses. Oh, that's very big curse.
she didn't what's the word, mince her words, you know. she gave it to them.
So that's why Lord Vishnu will become Lord Ram.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Surya and Agni, they go everywhere. So for their rays, Surya go everywhere, clean or unclean, and even Lord Agni also,
Yeah,
he goes everywhere, clean or unclean.
because anything can be thrown into fire, whether it's clean or unclean.
Yeah.
And I like the priest one, you know, you'll eat others' food,
Yeah.
you won't be happy with your own.
Oh. What was the other one, Prabhuji? Can we
Oh
move
yeah,
back?
yeah.
The
So,
first one is that Lord Brahma won't be worshipped in any temple.
but then I think he pacified her and he said, okay, Pushkar is the only place.
And what is this one? Indra would be bound in chains.
In a strange
That's
country.
when
I remember that one. Indra.
Indra
Oh no, he would
also
be, wouldn't
featured
he?
in it.
Bali captured him. Indra is captured into
Oh, yeah,
strange country. I mean, he's been displaced from heaven so many times. So,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
And then the next one is Ram and Sita. Yeah.
All these
Yeah.
are pastimes of the Lord.
Amazing.
This was bound to happen.
Bound to happen.
Yeah.
uh, Probably, do you have a question? Oh, you are muted. Huh?
I will, Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Mataji, and all the devotees. I've just got one question, but it's very simple. It's not like uh, maybe I am mistaken or when you say Savitri, is that the Savitri, the one made Vishnu? No, I think about the
No,
Savitri,
that's
the one, no, Savitri, the one had took um, uh, his husband.
His husband. Yeah.
His husband was uh, cursed
yes,
by a snake. Is this same
no,
Savitri
different,
or different?
different. This one is different. I know the one you in who followed Yamraj.
Yes, Yamraj,
Yeah,
and then she asked everything
yeah,
back,
yeah.
like the
That's
eyes and the whole Raj part and everything
that's
she
right.
asked from, and then in the end she asked she wanted 100 children. Then she said, "Can I have my husband's life back?" So
That's
this is
right.
not the same Savitri.
Different, yeah, different.
And may I know who she is then?
She's incarnation actually of Lakshmi, no? Savitri is incarnation of Lakshmi. So she's the wife of Lord Brahma. And
Yeah,
the
carry on.
Gayatri mantra, Om Bhurbhuva Swaha, Savitri is mentioned in the Gayatri.
Oh, right.
Yeah, yeah. She's one of the proprietors of the Gayatri with Gayatri mantra and with Gayatri herself and Saraswati. All three of them. They're all three wives of Brahma.
Brahma. All
Yeah.
right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Now it's clear anyway. Thank you. Carry.
Okay.
Hare Krishna.
Thus having spoken, Savitri left the assembly hall. Lakshmi and Indrani accompanied for a short distance and returned to the Yagya assembly with dutiful consorts. On seeing this, Savitri was incensed again. She addressed Lakshmi. Since you forsake me, O Lakshmi, may you never remain stationary. She thereafter threw her words against Indrani. When Indra incurred the guilt of a Brahmanicide by slaying Twasti's son, Nashusha will acquire the kingdom and shall desire the flesh. Then she pronounced a collective curse. May you all remain barren. May you never enjoy the pleasure of having children. Oh, so again, huge curses.
She didn't leave anybody.
Yeah, that's why Lakshmi Devi and
Ah,
um,
she's known as
Indrani doesn't have
yeah,
children. Yeah,
right. And she's known as Chanchalam, like
yeah,
always moving. And when devotees worship Lakshmi, she'll never stay with them. But if we worship Narayan, because Lakshmi is always with Narayan, then Lakshmi will always be there. So Lakshmi Narayan. But if we just worship Lakshmi, then she'll never stay around.
yeah. So Vishnu tried to appease Savitri, but she made an angry departure. Gayatri's redemption. Thereafter, Gayatri modified the curses. She promised all kinds of blessing, including final absolution of all worshippers of Brahma. Though Indra was to be bound, his son should release him. Though Vishnu would lose his wife, he would regain her. Though Rudra be deprived of his manhood, he would be represented neither as a male nor a female. and universally worshipped as linga. Though men made gifts to the priest, it would be because they revered the gods, and finally, none of the goddesses would suffer thoughts or regret for not having children of their own. Then Vishnu and Lakshmi pursue Savitri at Brahma's request. They induced her to return. She agrees, and on re-entering, Brahma asks Savitri what she wished to be done to Gayatri. Savitri was too shy to speak, whereupon in full assembly Gayatri threw herself at her feet. Savitri was all merciful and said, "A wife ought to obey the wishes and orders of her husband, for that wife who reproaches her husband, who is complaining and quarrelsome, deprives him by her conduct of length of years, and when she dies, most assuredly go to hell. Considering this, the virtuous wife will do nothing displeasing to her husband. Therefore, let us both be attached to Brahma." "So be it," said Gayatri. "Thy orders will I always obey and esteem thy friendship precious as my life. O goddess, please protect Surya, Savitri, and Gayatri." In Vedic thought, the name Savitri is linked to the Surya, sun god. Vedas made reference to Savitri and Surya in the context of illumined or the luminous as also the illumined thinker. By Vedic account, Savitri is the daughter of the goddess of the supreme truth who comes upon earth to save her from death and to bring her into immortality. She is ordained by self-born Brahma and later born to King Ashwapati. This virgin daughter was named as Savitri. A nice picture of Savitri Devi.
I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. There isn't a huge amount of information about her apart from this. And there's often similarities between Gayatri, Savitri, and Saraswati. So sometimes the stories are just interlinked.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you, Karuna. Any more
Thank
comments?
you, Prabhuji.
Anything from
Going
you?
going through all these, it's really nice because we know little bit about demigods and demigoddesses. There are so many of them, so it's so good to know about them all.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Anything else? Anybody else? Prabhu, are you okay?
I'm all right, but one more question. When they were doing this yagna, and Indra went outside and got this milkmaid and made her married to Vishnu. So are you saying the milkmaid was Gayatri?
Yes, but she was not. Yes,
no,
yes, correct.
Gayatri or Savitri?
Gayatri.
Milkmaid was Gayatri, and was she like Gopi or was she
like a gopi, but not an ordinary person? Even in her previous life, she was married to Brahma. Even in the previous existence, so she was not an ordinary person. They were meant to be together, but for whatever reason, Gayatri had this body of a milkmaid, but very beautiful. And so as soon as Brahma saw her, he realized, yes, this is actually, she belongs to me.
and then she was get married to her.
Yeah.
But afterwards, he
Savitri
was
got angry.
he was cursed afterwards.
Yeah.
All right. Now, thank you, because this is something nice to know, new things. When I was talking to my sister other day. She's telling, "Oh, you taking too much interest." I say, "Yes, I really like to ask question, and I'm so much interested in it." And she was telling, "It's good, it's very good."
Yeah. No,
But
thank you.
she reads other books too much, so she won't go on the
Okay.
Zoom. She lives
Oh.
in Leicester.
Right. No, but thank you for joining, and you're so much enthusiastic. You're always asking questions. Very, very good. Huh? Thank you very much.
Yeah, I would like to know more. Thank you.
Yeah, we can see that, and it's very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Just
Oh, yes.
addition to that, it's
Please
just
go ahead.
me. Prabhu been taking so much keen interest. I would love to be as well, but I think questions when we ask, we feel hesitant because
No,
you
never.
feel you feel you feel I should know it,
No,
but
no.
obviously, if we don't know it, it's best to ask. And I
Yeah.
think Prabhupada has made this umbrella of spiritual families such a beautiful place to be in. And if your sister doesn't take interest, don't. My sister used to, and she comes and goes. But I suppose at the end of the day, if you're destined to have this knowledge, it will come. Thank you. Very well.
Very true. And never be shy. Even we don't know all the answers. We know a little bit, a tiny little bit. But there's a lot out there, which is extraordinary. Learning all the time. I learned from a 16-year-old, 18-year-old yesterday who was talking about Bhagavad Gita. So, and it's one of the classes that we do. So we're always learning. All right. Bhagavad Gita ki jai. I mean, sorry, Savitri Ma ki jai.